grand setting if you're tuning in from Australia. I have a heart. I have a heart chakra, positive energy, harmonize relationships, attract love. I didn't realize that was in there. 639 hertz, healing frequency was what I was looking for. Heart chakra. That's fine. This uses the little bells, which I like, and yeah, it's a good time, and that is working, and that is working, and that is working. So that's it, isn't it? All right. Sorry. How are you all? I hope you've been well. This is the collective clock reading. I think you're in line of sight. Sorry, I'll stop moving you in a second. Alright. Let's clear the ground. Let's clear the air. Inviting you to take a breath. Alright, this is a heavier reading, and so I'll start with some Palo Santo. Palo Santo. I call in my ancestors, my guides, my deity, source, creator of all. Be present here now and always. I welcome your guidance through every moment of my day. And I ask that you be present through this act of divination. So the first feeling may be somewhat in a forest or in a jungle type feeling. There's lots of sound effects happening around you. There's it's a collective hum, the hum of energy coming and going, and the buzzing of the flying insects, and but then there's also this feeling of like being inside of a church when the organ's playing and there's people coming in and going, and there's this group sound, so communitas maybe. And I think you're at the point now where you're able to identify what's for you and what's not for you. So you do definitely take what resonates and you leave what doesn't. G'day, Sui. And that's a great trait to carry with you into these readings. This is a collective energy reading, so please, if this one doesn't resonate with you, there'll be another one in 4 days, and yeah, hopefully we can help you heal whatever it is that you're focusing on. And yeah, the energy feels like it has more stabilized, which is nice. G'day everyone, how are you? got some selenite here. So I pulled the heart chakra stone out of my little collection. So that's where the music idea came from. Some selenite, a little rolling, tumbling palm stone. So in the very center of this reading, the title sort of gives it away. We have the Chariot. So Chariot energy coming out here in reverse. This card here is speaking to me. You may be at a crossroads. So this feeling is like being in the middle of this forest situation, this church situation. And there's a lot of energy. So it's like there's a lot of external feedback happening around you and choices need to be made. And yeah. The choices that need to be made are probably only going to be apparent to you. They're going to be internal choices. So these choices that you're going to make are either going to direct you towards the path that you're feeling called to walk towards, or they're going to lead you towards dealing with some internal workings that really give you the keys to step out and claim the reality that you're trying to live in. Because the very first card that comes out is the Sun after the Chariot in the creativity and intellect position. So whatever it is that you're doing, however it is that you're doing it, it's serving you for your highest good, for your collective's highest good. So this is just some sage stick, and I've got my my incense blend in here. That's not long enough for the stick. Which I want to light up. No. I should have just grabbed the charcoal before I started. I was hesitant. There you go. So this is some clarity smoke. Gosh, I love these bells. How are you? Oh, that smells gorgeous. So that's a blend. I've got a playlist up of me making that incense actually. That's a blend of ooh, it's delicious. Lavender, eucalyptus, rose, sage, palo santo, and yeah, it's for clarity. Oh, all right. So we move into the Sun. This is your creativity and your intellect. So here I'm seeing that you're having some clarity. Whatever it is, it's restoring your vitality. It seems like whatever it is that you've done in these last 4 days, the energy is, it's like this what is it? It's like this cut off period, and I almost just started a fire because I forgot about this stick. And this sun energy is very Leo. It's very much, because this is an internal reflection, it's giving you this sense of, okay, I've taken these steps, I've moved in this direction, I know what I'm doing now, and I know where I want to go, I know how I want to get there, and I'm willing to put in the work to achieve that. I give myself permission to stand in my own authority, in my own light. And you doing this has enabled you to really take on some deep shadow work, is what I'm getting, because I'm actually looking at another deck and the moon's looking at me. So there's this devil card that comes out, and this could mean that you've been able to either balance out what you're wanting to experience in your reality, so you're taking these commitments where you want them to go, and you're really not taking commitments, you're disconnecting from what you're no longer wanting to be surrounded by energetically, because it's all vibration. Like, you're in this jungle, you're in this forest, so it's like, you know that if you move quietly, then you can observe everything as it is in nature, as it is organically. And this experience gives you permission to balance that light and that dark. So this devil and this sun energy is you bringing your own essence, I'm feeling, because this is the crystal magic tarot. You bringing your own essence to your shadow work, and you sorting out, all right, what do I want to be connected to, what don't I want to be connected to, is giving you this becoming experience that's actually quite balanced. And this also represents legal matters, so this could be something that you're going through, a decision that you're trying to make. And yeah, but it's bringing you this ability to just become within your own sphere. So because you're not in competition with anybody, you're on your own path, you're moving towards your own things. Even if you do get into commitments with people, you're honoring them, you're meeting people where you can meet people, and you're not hyperextending, overextending. You're just able to do everything that's within you that you want to do, you're able to do it, which is fantastic. And the things that you don't want, you move away from, right? You're balanced now. Like, you don't overextend yourself. Even if you've learned to be that flexible, you're no longer willing to overextend yourself. And this is going to be a gift of you being willing to do this shadow work, you being willing to look at, okay, why do I want this? Why do I desire this or desire that? Where am I? Where is my alignment? Where am I going? And so on the other side, before I get to the north and the south of the internal here, seeing the Five of Swords, really, this is love and possessions. So as an internal part of this clock, the Five of Swords is probably good energy. So this is the feeling of loss, conflict, indecision. And in this card, it's really like, for me, it's that moment where you pray to whoever you pray to, whatever energy source you pray to, wherever you believe you came from energetically. And when you reach out and you're putting that last drop of hope into your situation so that you can see the way out. And we start at the bottom here and then we move up to the top, which is the willpower, the emotion, the moon. This is like subconscious. So whatever this Five of Swords was for you, whether it was loss, sadness, disappointment, or loss, conflict, or indecision, it's you being willing to look at it, not letting it be a secret. It's you being willing to give it space. And I guess this is what shadow work accumulates to. You're able to just accept yourself as you are. And this self-acceptance is where, and the World card appears in these collective readings quite a lot. So this is appearing in the reflection. So You may be about to step out into a whole new rhythm, a whole new dynamic, a whole new cycle, because you've been willing to go all the way with your shadow work. You've been willing to really it's like you've it's that sigh, it's that deep rest inviting sigh. Like it's that moment that you've been doing 16-hour days, 19-hour days, and you go to sit down and you just and your bones feel it. It's that energy, and it's cool that it just went silent. Because foundationally, at the foundation, I've got the Queen of Coins here, so Queen of Pentacles. This is you feeling the comfort, getting down to earth, maybe putting your trackies on, putting your hair up, putting your hair down, whatever's more comfortable, and really relaxing into everything that you've got, all of the things that surround you. You're really just like, okay, this is who I am. Like, you're leaning into yourself, and the leaning into yourself, this Queen of Coins turns into the Four of Wands. This looks like a party to me. This is that comfort within your collective too. Like, you're realizing it with the people that you enjoy spending time with, the people that bring you the stability, the people that you want to celebrate with. This is the preparedness that you're at after coming to this shadow work, after coming to this self-realization, this self-actualization, after bringing this sunlight energy into this readiness, this and really grounding it in this Queen of Coins energy. Well, yeah. Apparently we're starting at number 6 today. That's different. So this Queen of Coins energy, this readiness that you've had to like show this thing to the world, this gift to the world, this well, anyway, we're at the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Curiosity. Studious. A message. Are you communicating something new? That this is coming out in your works and services? Are you giving something to your collective? Are you delivering messages for somebody? Are you delivering messages for spirit? What is this new thing that you're practicing that maybe you've gone through a few cycles with, that you've had to really hone your practice with? Because I'm seeing these roses, these 2 roses at the bottom. And I know from keeping rose bushes that if you're not careful and you forget, you can prick yourself. And then these beautiful things hurt you. But then also, if you take these thorns off, then the cockatoos or the corellas will get to them, and then your flower's gone anyway. So nature is fun. It gives you something to observe, and then it does what it wants to in its own time anyway. Yeah. Then that brings me to the 7 of Coins in reverse, and this is in the partnerships position. So 7 of Coins in reverse is like anxiety, impatience, losing faith. So this on the back of the 5 of Swords, it feels like you can, so these are the two cards that sort of present you to the 7 of Coins in reverse. So Queen of Coins and Five of Swords. Queen of Coins is all that comfort, and then Five of Swords is all that. Which could leave you feeling this way. Can leave you feeling as though you're losing faith. You're not willing to wait, is the feeling I get there. And when it comes out in partnerships, maybe you've put in energy somewhere before, so this could be in, because there was a bit of cup energy or leading up to this, and then we go into temperance reverse too. So, whew. Might turn my heater on. The sun has set and it has gotten chilly. So, when things don't turn out the way that you want them to, when you take a wrong turn here, you take a wrong turn there, you find yourself, I don't know, at this crossroads energy, right? Like, when you've got to take a decision, you've got to actually stop and, like, redirect. It's like the energy of when you've put Siri on to direct you, like Google Maps, and and you change your mind. You don't want to go where you were going anymore, so you go in another direction. That can feel like, I don't know, I get this tower energy, almost like this awkward, like, redirect, this upheaval energy with this Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles. But I think that this is important for this kind of challenge to be showing itself for you at any point within these next 4 days, because the next card or the next energy you move into is transformation energy, and that's the Page of Wands. Free to color. Curiosity, creativity, enthusiasm. So whatever it is that you're energetically releasing, whatever gateway, whatever portal, whatever timeline you've aligned yourself into, there you go. Try to turn around. Hi. Hello. Hello. I'm back. Yeah. Good. Hello. G'day, Gypsy. Try that again. How are you? I can catch up on chat now, actually. So, Rob, g'day. Annette, hello. Shane, g'day. Alejandro, hello. Cool. All right. Epic. I did the first sort of part of the reading, and then my phone died. I forgot to put it on charge. Yeah. That happens. Had a big day today energetically, so I'm gonna reparo. I want to have a bonfire. I want to have a huge bonfire. I want to go camping. All right. Try again. I've been enjoying watching actual Gypsy's stuff on her channel. Gypsy, I might add you as a moderator, and you can link your channel if you want. I get heaps out of sitting there, and I like agree. Oh yeah, that's right. And then have realizations. I like that. I like connecting with people who help me realize my potential and help me to move towards the things that I want to move towards. Whether it be daily, momentary, like a little bit of guidance that just appears as if out of nowhere, but is so timely, so exactly what you need to hear. This is what I enjoy bringing to the bits and pieces of the collective that I interact with. So, yeah, Gypsy is definitely somebody who helps me realize that on a day-to-day. So, yeah. Where I got disconnected, I don't know if you heard it for temperance, but temperance in reverse. So this is that impatience to really, like, you've got to be willing to experience reality as it's unfolding. And yes, you can manifest what you desire at a pace that you're comfortable with experiencing, but be aware you're getting into this almost karmic contract with yourself, and if it's not in alignment with your soul's purpose to be here on this planet, then it's going to be challenging. And as long as you've considered that challenge and you're ready to experience those consequences, really ready to show yourself, I've done this deep internal work and I'm willing to see what I need to see, and balancing that gives you these opportunities to rebalance, to rework, and to bugger. That's a huge situation. Eon. I know that Ion have a name. Sending you love and light. Also, sit with it. I think that is something that light workers will tell you at like the midpoint of your journey. But yes, if you can't sit with it, then find someone who's a therapist who's got a qualification to sit with you, because there is options. Especially if it's something that you really wanted and you committed to, you put a lot of energy towards it. Sorry, I'm really drawn to this card, the sun, again. So it may have given you this light, this direction forward. And so if you're willing to sit with the energy that comes forward for you, there's a path forward for you to follow. It's being felt within your experience, like your heartbeat is felt, like your breath is felt, like colors are seen, like sounds are heard. I think there's like 15 different senses. We're only really aware of 5, and I think there's even more than that. But yeah, I'll come back to it at the end. I do have compassion for you. So in the career and destiny part of the wheel, the external clock, it's the Queen of Wands. So this is comfort, you coming down to earth, you grounding something, you being open to whatever comes through with this energy. This is where you really open up your own personal authority. And so your creativity moves differently. It moves, I don't know, the impact of the work that you've done inside, it's moving differently. It's impacting, it's like layers. I don't know why I'm seeing an onion and hearing Shrek, but layers. Yeah, thank you, Queen Rosie. So these layers is when I feel layers onions, it's like it's these potential generations that you're affecting, or these realities, these fragments of the whole that make up the whole. It's a powerful move. Going from Page of Swords energy, Page of Wands energy, very much willing to integrate, work with. But this move for you has opened up the Seven of Cups. So this is giving you options. This is potentially offering you temptation, like leading you down a path that you hadn't considered before. But even within temptation, there is a path within that as well. So I feel that I feel I feel that there are a lot of experiences that are happening within this jungle experience. At the very beginning of the reading, it was like you're in this forest, you're in this jungle, and you can hear all these noises, these birds, these animals having interactions, the buzzing of the insects. It might be summer, but it's a cacophony of noise that may make no sense to you. But then the moment you go to take a step and you step on a twig, everything around you goes silent, because you're the thing that's in disharmony. You've broken that twig under your feet, and it's caused everything to, as if, snap and look at you, like that Inception movie. I'm sorry, this card downloaded a lot for me. It's that being in somebody else's dream, and then the dreamer becomes aware of you interacting with their dream, and so the subconscious program finds the person who's causing the dream to go out of whack. Yeah. And then, so that's in your, so the Seven of Cups is in your friendship or your friendships, your connections, your step into the connected system. It's these options coming through have come through you being willing to step through those different levels. So it's where the levels came from was the gradients of red to deep maroon. Woo. Overall, at the 12, so I know I've only made it halfway through the clock, but at the 12 position, the spirit, the subconscious, the high priestess, divine feminine, intuition, spirituality, emotions. This feels like, and I'm suddenly looking at my zodiac stones. So wherever you sit on the clock, and literally that's what this clock, the back intentions for creating the cosmic clock spread. Your ability to do this shadow work now, this ability to work with the light and to do Reiki, like for example, as an example that I can draw on, like being able to draw runes and call it Daikomyo. And then it's inviting Archangel Gabriel to be present and gifting that to you as a blessing. Like, it's knowing that that is an invitation for anyone who receives it to then use that energy, use that light that you've offered to do the work within themselves, because you're not afraid to. It's like then being in that same jungle at nighttime and you've turned your flashlight on but it turns off. You've turned your torch on and it turns off, and then this scenery in my head is changing from you being in the jungle to the Avatar scene where Jake Sully is running around knocking everything, and the bioluminescence within all of the surrounding fauna is activating, and so there's these lights coming on all around him, and everywhere he walks there's this, almost like in World of Warcraft it was called Cenarion's Path, and so everywhere you'd walk you'd leave like flowers lit up, and this is Jake Sully running through this avatar world, and that's a whole other thing. But this high priestess, this intuition, this trust that you've given to yourself, the ability to sit and to hold and to realize the fullness of this cycle that you've potentially closed out, is really how it felt at the end of the internal clock. This is what brings you to position number 1. This here is self and identity. So this is the 9 of Wands. This is, for me, the completion of something. So you coming to realize your internal light, your internal willingness to show up, your willingness to be consistent. And this is like you starting a business and you being a baker and you creating cakes and something like this, and then from that you, why is that like that? I don't know. I just looked at the card again now, and I'm just seeing the depth that you must have gone to, and then this appears like a 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands type energy, but in a different way. And so 6 of Wands with 3 extra wands, even though it's just read it as the 9 of Wands. Don't do this. Don't break everything down. I like to do that. I'm a min-maxer. But whatever it is, this is just before the 10 of Wands. So this is like you've completed something and you've come to this self-realization that you're going to express your passions as they appear. So this is, as a creator, you may act on your inspiration quicker. That's where it's coming through here. So you having a willingness to, okay, so what am I talking about here? So me having an idea of, oh, I'm going to do this as a new format for my lives, and trying it as soon as I have the idea, versus waiting or perfecting it, because you can get to perfection. The idea, though, in its natural state may be useful, and then you need to discern and determine, okay, is this a public idea or is this a private idea that I share with my people that perhaps will capture where I'm at and redirect me if need be, or if that's what I need, or help me realign with what I'm aiming to align with. So woo! Next up, 8 of Wands. This is the 2nd on the clock. This is the values and the possessions. This is quick. So this is like, it's like, you know the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, or don't count your eggs before they hatch? Like, okay, don't count your eggs before they hatch, but what if they're just going to be used for breakfast? Then can I count my eggs? And then, so like, for me, I think a lot of sayings I needed the why behind the what. Like, the what was good, but then if I needed to spend time thinking about the why, then I got distracted from the what even. So when stuff moves quickly like this, when you are spirit led forward to something new or in a new direction, and you act on it quickly, then this is where you get this eastmost message, which is the 9 of Cups. And this is like you moving from this completion, this 9 of Wands, very quickly into happiness, like grounding into your own happiness. You realizing, okay, abundance comes from me and I pour out to others. And instead of then being like the opposite and like I need to go to people to like receive off of their abundance. No, we can be self-sustaining, and we've gotten to this because we did this internal shadow work, this addressing of, okay, what am I really feeling here, and can I work on this right now, or can I put this to a side and work on what I need to work on here and now, because I made the commitment, I signed up, I'm ready, I'm willing. And I just get like transformative energy here, like the potential of these cups. It's almost like the Seven of Cups again, like, but this time it's just you sort of sitting back and actually letting these emotions lead you. Okay, so do it with the journal, do it with the therapist, but wherever they lead you, knowing and realizing, okay, surely within this experience, within this timeline, there is a way to access what I need to access in order to not destabilize my entire reality, but also realize that this is a part of me that potentially, no matter what amount of work I do, is going to be with me long term. So it's like making peace with, it's like that prayer meme or that old sign, like, God give me the strength to change the things that I can, the serenity to deal with the things that I can't. I don't know, but it's that. It's like you just accepting, coming to realize, like, reality is either being shaped by the commitments and the choices that you make and the paths that you choose to go down, or it's being completely fabricated for your experience, and you're naming every experience and you're giving every experience its depth or its shallowness. And so really what you focus on, it's like that double split experiment in physics where without it, the balls are sort of chaotic and they'll spray the wall, and then you put these two slits in, and then all of a sudden they start splattering, they start going through and more of a pattern within that focus. And so energy changes once you focus on it. So realizing that these depths that you can go within yourself, and I mean, this can't be realized with all potentials. Like, some potentials are just not correct for this timeline, and we can't participate in those things. And so shadow work leads to you making peace with things that can't be experienced within this reality. And that can feel like this Eight of Cups, like this. And here she's packing a bowl, like as if it's ramen. It's like a takeaway bowl, it feels like. So this letting go, this cutting of the losses, like, I don't know. And this is really right next to the devil and justice. So I don't know, this related to some kind of legal matter, and then you've walked away, even though it was like, you really enjoyed the meal, you really enjoyed the restaurant, but you can't take the experience with you. It's like those holiday goggles. You realize, like, there are some things that I can work on and I can integrate into my reality, into my experience, and they can benefit me and they can benefit the collective. But then there are some things that I can't bring this to the collective space. I can't operate at 100%, or I'm distracted by this, or want to give more effort to that, and I can't. Like, it's this internal balancing. And like being in a restaurant, sorry, this card is really giving the takeaway vibes. Like you being at a restaurant and deciding, okay, what can I actually take that's on the table that I can actually take with me? And we're going to be in the car for maybe 40 minutes. So what will survive that bacteria threshold of 65 degrees? And then you deciding, and then say someone like me who was once upon a time, well, not that long ago, traveling all around Australia. Sorry, this example is wild. I should have walked away from this truck stop This middle of nowhere truck stop. I should have walked away. Something inside me was saying, you don't eat here. Eat at the next stop. But I was hungry. And it's this energy. It's like, but I'm hungry and I know what I want. I want this. And yeah, I know better. I know that I'll be all right. I know that this stuff in Australia has, like, there's standards. There's, like, yeah, anyway. I got so food poisoned that I've been scared to get any chicken product from a truck stop because, like I said, I was on a road trip, so needing a bathroom for the next 4 or so days was very difficult. Especially with all of the drop toilets that there are across, like, the south of Australia. Yeah, that was a bit of an overshare. Sorry. But yeah. And then the last card in this spread, this is the fifth card, and this fifth card, oh, sorry, this Eight of Cups is the home and the roots, so maybe you are walking away from, and this is immediately under Justice and right next to the Devil, so maybe you are walking away from some long-term commitment. Maybe you're going on long service leave soon. Maybe you're going on a holiday for like a few months, or you've just come back from one because of the takeaway. It can make you feel like you want to change the pace. You want to make things align with your vibe. You want to surround yourself with the things that make you feel good. Like, again, that deep breath feeling. It leads to the fifth card, which is the creativity or the pleasure. And here it's the Four of Cups, which stands for boredom, unappreciative, and need to meditate. So I think this is a good spot for me to say, you know, you can always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm just reading cards ultimately. I'm reading energy, and energy is so fluid that it's, as soon as a person changes their mind, the energy changes. So it's really take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and no harm, no foul for me. But yeah, I agree, Gypsy. It is, but on the back of being able to look inside of yourself, so really doing the work, right? So balancing these energies inside of you, and then being able to go through the temperance in reverse experience. It may not work out the first time you try, but this is why we're given more and more days to come back and try, right? Otherwise, what would be the point? I feel like every single day you get a new opportunity to try either the same thing you've been doing or to walk away. And this entire timeline is subjective to where you are on your timeline, and as soon as you get to one point, you can pivot away from this. And this is something that I've had to discover, because these readings, I tried editing, but I even took a moment from editing because they even challenge me just trying to put timestamps in. And yeah, this Eight of Cups energy, Four of Cups energy, the halving, whatever you're walking away from and then coming to Four of Cups, yeah, it's not a good feeling. It's going to feel like whatever comes forth is going to be something else to work on. And I think I touched on that before in this reading as well. Like, because you've done this internal work, you're able to see what commitments you want to make and meet and what no longer serves you. So you just break it away, and you've got to be willing to do this internal work for this external stuff to make sense. Otherwise, it is going to feel painful. It's going to feel like no matter what is presented to you, it's not going to be good enough. But then it's also a call on maturity, right? Like, you've got to decide for yourself, like, okay, if I'm going to be showing up and doing this, then what type of energy do I want to be showing up in? And this is really the external 12 cards is how collective is seeing you, or how you collective are seeing the world. What energy you're standing in, you're moving in. And yeah, That was a big read. Whew. We'll go back to reading some chats. Being a light worker is such an intricate journey. It's beautiful, but requires an openness to being transformed. Yeah, it's not easy. I think that the more you do it, though, the more you're willing to show up, and really you're showing up for yourself. So the more that you're able to take care of your vessel, your temple, your body, your mind, the nourishment that you feed yourself, the liquids that you pour into yourself, how they impact your body and different parts of your body, what are things looking like on the external, and how can you shift your perspective or shift your energy towards the things that are more meaningful to you to see? Like, what energy are you bringing to the world? I don't know, but I'm here for it. I will be willing to sit with, I will be willing to experience, because I might be able to make a different choice within even the same experience, and then I might be able to surprise myself. Like, today, the reason that this has come up so late, normally I pre-record it as well. The last 2 times have been live. Today I went, so now that the reading's done, I feel like I can talk about it. Like, today I went through a justice experience. I was at a court today for my own matter, and it's been a matter that I've been going through for a while. And what do you do? Like, reality is reality. If you don't participate within your experience, within your control, within control of yourself, no one else. Save everyone else. Like, no, don't save everyone else. Leave everyone else, save yourself. Like, doing that for yourself, showing up for yourself on a day-to-day, this is where you're going to be able to be proud of yourself, ultimately. Like, this journey on YouTube, this open journey that I'm having with anybody who's watching, and anybody who's resonating, and anybody who can take anything from the experience. Like, when I began this way back in December last year, I was living in a tent in a national park, I think. And we had to move every 30 days because, I think 28 days actually, because it's illegal. Like, there's restrictions. So the experience that you want can be amazing no matter where. The most important thing is allowing yourself to choose the attitude and the energy that you want to sit in. Because I've got a video up on in my videos from way early on, and sorry. Oh, I don't want to cry. It's just a video from my drone where the title is Home Tent, because I never felt less. Like, that was my reality. I felt surrounded by all of this magic. I learned to make wands from feathers. I learned to look at the trees and wonder, I wonder if this could be useful for anything. I learned about a smoke ceremony. I learned about rocks. I started carving rocks. Like, it opened, like, these experiences that I've had and that I've been willing to go through that have been really difficult, and I'm not going to take away from that. They have been the most challenging experiences of my life. to go through, and to now sit in front of a camera as if a friend was sitting across from me and talking about it. Like, I could have given up. I could have walked away from my own stuff, but what would that have served? Like, the motivation I was giving myself was how many people have crumbled, like, and is that how you want your story to end? Is that what you want your story to be? And it's like, no. Hell no. I don't want that. I don't like that. And so I had to change my attitude in a situation where literally I was using every last bit of my money to make sure that I was getting through my 28 days in one spot. And you can do it. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but if you find the right support, and for me, psychologist was the right support. And I'm not saying that will be the right support for you, but you can find, and you can cycle through them until you find someone that you might resonate with. And I think that's important because, as well, I'm sorry, trigger warning, but early on in my experience of reality, around 18 years old, when I was coming towards sexuality and expressing sexuality and experiencing sexuality, I was connected to a church. And so they're very heteronormative, and I think a part of me wanted that without knowing that I wanted that. So I committed to this church and I volunteered for 5 years, and then at the end of those 5 years I committed the thing that I went there to not commit. I had an experience with a guy. I went with a guy, and I brought that to my pastor, and from my Catholic previous experience, you're supposed to come to the priest and you confess, and then the priest tells you what to do, and then you do it. And so I kept this detail private to my family, to my friends, everybody. Nobody really knew. But I got put into counseling. And if I didn't complete the counseling, so I was volunteering for 5 years. So I wasn't allowed. So on a Sunday, they had 4 services. I was attending all 4 services. I was also volunteering in the cafe, and I was a part of a lot of different team meetings and stuff. And so all of that was stripped away, and I was allowed to attend 1 session, and I wasn't to congregate unless I did this counseling and completed it. And so I didn't realize that this is what conversion therapy is. And I think the reason that I didn't realize is because I wanted to be like everybody in that building. I wanted, and I saw the dream for myself. I saw the dream that I would have children and I would raise them, and I'd then take them to school and then walk them down the aisle or whatever. And like, I created this group delusion that I adopted for myself from where I was at in my journey. And yeah, I think all that to say is I've come to the point now where the more time you're willing to sit with your own emotions, your own energy, and follow where it goes, where it takes you, you can then begin to express different things. You can begin to sit in different settings, and no longer does the outside affect the inside so much, and no longer is it a concern for the inside to affect the outside. It's just this neutral experience, this jungle or forest experience where you can just stand there and observe everything that's happening, perhaps seeing a dragonfly fly past, perhaps hearing the sound of a sloth crying out, or a monkey, or seeing a macaw, like, I don't know, and then realizing that all of these things could be saying something to you, and deciding for yourself, am I having an experience and I accept it as it is, or am I having this experience and I'm taking it where I want it to go? So I'm experiencing this loss. Okay, loss is really hard to deal with. How do you deal with it? You sit with it. And when you sit with it, you probably, like I had to, you sit with it, and then you give yourself space to do what your body needs to do to process it. And processing happens more with logic and with the mind, but you can process with your heart. Like, you can allow your emotion to play out. It's not stopping yourself from expressing emotion, stunting the emotion. It's allowing it to express, and this can feel like a strike of lightning. But it's this, it's a beautiful tower. Like, I love the tower. For me, the tower energy is change, chaos, freedom, revelation, awakening. It's knowing that you can go to a courtroom and sit surrounded by people who are there for so many different reasons, and none of it affects you, because you just realize that you're just in the forest. It's just a natural, like, you're in a place where it's so natural for all these people to be here. If anything, you're the thing that's standing out. Like, you're the thing that's not in the right space. And so if you go through the justice experience and, like, you honor the energy that it puts you into, like, you have to look at your actions, you have to look at your reactions, you have to look at your past, and you have to try and do this beautiful balancing act. Whether you're successful is completely up to you, because the outcome, especially if you're doing this work with guidance, if you're doing it with a counselor, if you're doing it with a team of people who all have the same sort of direction as you, if this is a business thing, if this is a family thing, like an intervention is coming into my mind. Like, you can do it. Give yourself time. Give yourself space. It's a journey. And whether you experience this over the next 4 days or the next 4 years or the next 40 years, it's like, for you to really get this trust in yourself to just, okay, no, my gut feeling is I do this, and then you start trusting it, you start relying on it. And this is like learning to develop your intuition as well. Anyway, that was it. I think that's it. That's it. Alright. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I'll end it with, like, if you resonated with anything, comment if you'd like to see more. Especially comment after this finishes. If you want an energy reading, I can come back on another day and do that as well. But yeah, overall, this energy doesn't necessarily need to steer you to places that you don't want to go to. And remember that as well. Like, if you're not willing to participate where the energy takes you, then take a step back and really have boundaries with yourself, so that then when external presentations occur, you can just stay present. And that's it. Beautiful. Thanks for coming along. Catch you on the next one. Bye.